Good morning, everyone, from Lolo, Montana, Dunrovin Ranch on a very cool October day. We just broke a record for low temperatures and the most amount of snow for this time of year. So it seemed like winter just kind of crash landed on fall. We were having this wonderful, beautiful, and warm fall, and then suddenly winter didn't even knock on the door. It just threw the door open and in it came. At any rate, we're having fun with it. As you all know, I love winter. I'm from Alaska. That's my second home state. So we've gotten accustomed to winter and we take it in our stride here. I do think we're going to get some better weather down the road a little bit. But I wanted to jump in this morning and welcome all of you, first of all, to our Social Mondays. And I wanted to introduce a new program that we're going to be doing with Brandon Carpenter. Preceding his teletraining sessions with our wonderful wrangler, Ashley Chapin, he is going to be showing us some videos that he and his son, Kalen, have been making in part for their program on YouTube called Hash Knife Ranch and Enterprises. And what he and his son are trying to do is bring alive Montana ranching lifestyle to anybody who's interested in understanding a little bit more about it. You know, cattle ranching in Montana, anywhere in the West, is really a work of love because the cattle industry is a really difficult industry financially. In fact, there's a saying here in Western Montana that all ranchers live in what's called next year country. Next year is going to be better. The weather's going to be better. The price for the cattle is going to be better. It's always going to be better next year. And people keep living with that in mind, even though the lifestyle requires an enormous amount of work and an enormous amount of risk. But it's people like Brandon and his family who so love that lifestyle and so commit themselves so deeply to it that we are able to have such a wonderful food supply here in the United States. So we'd like to really honor our ranching and farming neighbors and bring them to you so that you too can understand what a wonderful, beautiful lifestyle is, but also what a precarious lifestyle it is. So with that in mind, Brandon and his son are going to be sharing with us a number of short videos that they take on their own ranch, primarily with their cell phones. So it's very backyard, it's very personal, and you're going to be able to hear and see Brandon and Kalen talking to one another and to us. And then immediately following Brandon's little videos, he will get on and do some teletraining with Augie. And at the end of that, he will, of course, appear with us here, and he can answer questions regarding either the videos that you're seeing about his ranch or the teletraining session with Ashley. So for the next hour, we're going to be visiting with Brandon, both here, he'll be on live, and he'll be showing us his videos here shortly. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to James. I think he has to do a little technical stuff here to get those videos going, but I know you're going to enjoy this, and this should become a fairly regular event for us. We really want to bring you Brandon and his family to get to know you and for you to get to know them. They're just a fabulous family who have really contributed long, hard hours of labor and love to this ranch that they've owned for many generations. And with that, I'll turn it over to James and Brandon. Thanks.
Hey, good morning, Montana Socials. My name's Brandon Carpenter, and I manage the Hash Knife Ranch. It's a family-owned operation in south central Montana, south side of the Snowy Mountains, south side of the Musselshell River. So do your geography, figure out where we're at. At Rygate, Montana. It's a little bit of a town, not very big anymore, and we're still trying to scratch out a living here. And see behind me, we got some cows here, and then we got some of the bulls wishing they were with the cows again, and a couple little stud colts that are coming, and some more cows in the background. Today's day activities is to separate some of these calves from the cows. It's shipping day, and in the ag world, everybody knows what that means. It's payday, we hope. You get paid once a year for your crop, your commodity. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that you know, you work a 40-hour work week, couple two of those together, and you get paid it twice a month. Well, that ain't the way it works in this world. So you have to be a master budgeter, and then hope the heck things are okay at the end of the year. So this is where we're at. My wife Lisa and I today are doing this operation. We got all of the cows in, and kind of spared you that type of nonsense. So you're just watching me walking along on a horse, or her following along on a four-wheeler, or one of us on foot with a bucket of feed. But anyway, we're going to sort these cows and calves out, and then separate heifers from steers. Keep our replacement heifers that will replace some of these older cows, and so we can maintain our herd. Some of the older cows have to go to auction. They're old girls. They're not supporting a calf anymore, and we've given them a good life, been good to them, given them everything they need to stay healthy. But there comes a time when none of us are getting out of this alive, including the cows and horses and us. So that's where we're at now. We'll give you a few shots here in between what we're doing and the culling, and try to keep the swear words down to a minimum. If you've ever worked cattle with your spouse, usually I'm the one who's being mouthy, and she forgives me later. So we'll see how this goes. So we got our steers color coded from our heifers. Blue tags our steers. Makes it much easier to sort, especially just two of us. There we go. Lisa's just peeling a few out at a time. And they always want to have the wrong color come. That's just kind of typical. Never fails. They bunch up in the corner. You got to be really careful because they can kick. And Lisa's not very big, so she's trying to get some distance between her and that. And I'm not going to take a chance on letting them get in, so I'm just going to stop the whole bunch. Just going to let that one pass. Keep the steer. Cut him back. And this is sometimes a little bit tough to do. There we go. Good. All right. And the weather's still cooperating somewhat. At least the wind isn't blowing hard. It is blowing, but not hard. All right. See, and then they'll get right to the gate, and then they don't want to go. Little buggers. All right. So what we have with yellow tags are heifers, like I said. We've also got some pink tags that are heifers, and those are the ones we're going to keep for replacements, the ones we've already cut out and sent in with the bulls. So they get to stay and have a long, good life as long as they produce well. Okay, she's going to mix them up a little bit here so we can get a little better, easier cut. All right, Lisa's bringing up some of our heifers here, and you can have a gate about 40 feet wide, and these dumb calves and yearlings will never find it. So this can be a little bit of a trick. All right, come on, kids. Come on, kids. There we go. Some of these replacement heifers, one of them here I'm not real satisfied with, but I'm not going to take her to town. She's a little small, but the rest of them are pretty good. All right. So replacement heifers, they'll go into these bulls and let them settle them down for a little bit, for a day or two. Very good. Yeah. Yes. It's October 22nd of 2020, and here's just a small sampling of a bunch of our heifers that we're going to take in. These were mid-March to at the latest mid-April or mid-May calves. On these heifers, not too bad. Kind of gives you an idea in relation to my size what they are, so that's a decent representation. All right, we're gonna load up some of these steers and get down the road with them. Load up about half of them. Take about 7 head. There we go. There we go. All right, and then we'll just kind of push them on up. Come on, kids, load up. Load up there. Walk right up in there. There you go. Come on, kids. Hip, 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 hip. Hip, 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 hip. Lisa's gonna give him a little hand there. Come on. Push up. Push up. Everybody gets to go for a ride. Come on, kids. Yeah, and they're still nimble enough they can turn around. Like that idiot right there. Oh yeah, got himself stuck.
Come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
Come on, hip. Okay, we gotta open it up. Put them back because one of them turned around. Hey, up, hip, 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 hip. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Hip, turn around. Up there, get up there. Push your way up. Push your way up. Come on. Come on, push your way up. Hip, 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 hip. Come on, kids. Let's go. Hip, hip. Come on, kids. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Hip, hip, hip. Come on. There we go. Step up in there. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on, guys. Give him a little less encouragement. Push him up. Push him up there. Come on. Push him up. Yeah. Push with your shoulder. There you go. Come on. Hip, hip, hip. Come on. Shh. Hello, boys. Let's go. Get up there. Hip, 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 hip.
Ah, come on, guys.
Come on. Hip.
Nope, nope, nope.
And just absolutely, one of them stalls at the door because they don't think they need to go. Come on. Hip. Get up there. I'll bet his mother's obstinate too. Come on, kids. Hip, hip, hip. Come on, kids. Let's go. Hey, hip, 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 hip. Let's go. There we go. Little nudge on the top of the tail. That works. Hip, 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 hip. Come on, guys. Get up there. There we go. Come on, boys.
Keep on going.
Come on. Get up there.
Okay, I don't think two of you large butts can get in there.
Yeah. One of them's got to move. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's go. Come on, guys. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Hip, 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 hip. Climb in there. All right. And we're loaded. Good. Lisa's going to have them do the heavy work. On the side here. She's going to just give that thing a kick. And sliding doors are nice, but this is not one of the new ones. It's an old on the rail type. It slides. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, one more good hit. Almost on the bottom. Come on, Team Lisa. Let's do it. See, here's the problem. These aren't on these old trailers. This isn't on a roller. It's just sliding metal to metal. So it takes a little bit bigger foot, maybe. Or bigger something. All right. Here we go. We're loaded for another trip to town or another year. Well, we got a load in the back. We sardine packed these guys in on this first load because the roads are bad. You can see they're shiny. It's not because they're new. We got a little layer of ice here. It's precarious, so we're not pushing too hard, but we put these calves in here pretty tight on this first load, knowing the roads would be the worst early. Hopefully they'll get pounded down a little bit with both truck traffic and more vehicles on it. But putting them nice and tight in the back of that trailer helps them stay kind of put. They don't fight and move around quite so much and start throwing that trailer around. So a little bit of precaution there, but we're almost halfway there on the first load, and hopefully we can get in there nice and uneventful, unload, and we'll get 2 more. Hopefully we get that second one in or third one in and done before dark. I'm kind of doubting it, but it would be a nice thing to happen. Hey, good morning everyone. Well, it's sale day today, and we followed us on this trek bringing cows home, sorting them yesterday and hauling them to the sale, and we'll see how things go this morning. This is a big consignment sale, but because of the weather, looks like a lot of people had delayed their bringing their cattle to town, which is hopefully not a bad thing for those of us that did bring them in. Ooh, there's the bell. They're going to start bringing in those buyers now, so hopefully we'll have a good show. Get to see some of the fruits of our labor come to fruition, and then live for another year. So stay tuned while we see what we're doing here, and when these cattle come through, we'll try to get a shot of them for you. Stay tuned. Okay, here come our steers.
Yep, these are the hash knife ranch cattle up there on Rockgate. Right here, they're Precon 2 pluses right here. On May 24th, they had 1 round of shots. On September 24th, they had the Bow Shield Gold 1 shot, Division 7 summits. They've also had the ivermectin pour on that day. They're Becton, Leachman, and Beaver sired. They're banded at birth. They've been on a Cargill Bronze Emerald flight control and cobalt sulfur mineral. And here's a nice set of these steers right here. The good hash knife cattle from up there out of Rockgate. Spring child, both. Yep, had 2 rounds of them right here. Not weaned, nope, but they're Precon 2 pluses right here. Now, good set of kids right here. $134. Now, 5 down, 39, 5 cents. 37, half 7 down, 38 down, 8 down, 8 down, they're good cattle now, $38 down, 9 down, 39, 139. Gotta go now, 39 at the bottom, down. Sold 138 and a half, 3 by number 5, 3 to 5.
Okay, that makes you sick. We might have broke even. Here's a few more of our steers. These guys are just a little bit lighter. So they separate that into weight classes. Makes it easier for the sellers or the buyers.
My little brother's right here, $50, now 1, 2, 152, $1.51, 2, now 50, $41, now 2, 3, $42, just wait, $4.96, now 43, $42, 3, now 4.
It's a little lighter.
4, 5, $1.46, now $7, give a half, now it's a hand, did you do it? Down hands at the hand, $7.47, now 7, down hand, now it's a hand, down hands at the hand, north, down hands at the hand, 147 and a hand, there, down hand, sold 147, 538, 5.
It's a little bit better price, but lighter weight, so they can come in a little bit less money per head. And here's a single, a little bit bigger.
Weighs weighs 765, pretty little zero, 115, 16, now 17, now 18, $18 to button 19 to button 20 to button 21 to button 22, $22 to button 2,
And here comes our heifers.
They're nice red heifers, aren't they? 13 of them right here. Who's are they?
Hash knife. Hash knife.
Hash knife. All right, here's the heifer mates. Hash knife heifers right here. Yep. They just like the steers. They're pre-con 2 plus, fed on that really good mineral program. Here they are right here. Now $1 to button 30 down one. Down 1 2 now 30 down button 2 3 to button 3 3 3 now 33. $32 3 now 33 button 33 3 3 to button 33. $32 3 now 33. Jeff, what about this deal? Now 33. Mike, what about your deal? Now 33. Give a half down to the half. $32 to the half now. Pretty good red heifers down to the half. Just 543 and then replacement quality of 32 3. 32 3 now 33. Give a half to the half to button now 3 now 33 now 3. 133 now 3 to button 33 gotta go down 33 to button 3 down 3. Sold 132 and a half, 139 on 15.
That's what happens. We're giving them away.
So these right here, and
here's some more smaller ones.
Jeff, take it right on. Should have been right with them. 32 and a half. $32 and a half now. Hand 3 to button 33 now. Hand 3 and a half. $32 and a half now. Hand 3 and a half. They're a little lighter now. Hand 3 and a half to button now. Hand 3 and a half. $33 and a half. Quarter to button now. Hand to the hand to button 3 and a half now. Hand. Sold 133 and a quarter. That'll be 139 on 15. Hey, just a steer they found on the heifers, man. Make it right here down to button hey, all the shots, everything's in order. 140 now 1 2 down 2 3 down 43 down to button 33 got 2 3 down 43 down 3 down 4 down 5 down 45 said to button said down say 7 to button half down to the hand to button hand 6 to the hand there down hand. Sold 146 538 by 16.
All right, that's it. We'll talk about this. When is it? Well, I just spent an hour or 2, hour and a half after our cattle sold here at auction, and comparing them to others, kind of taking a look at what we could do better, trying to learn something from sitting and watching. What I did learn a little bit is it didn't matter that we brought these cattle in for a feedlot ready type of animal and spent that extra money on them. Just had some go through that had not been feedlot ready, almost identical weight, and they went, one of them, the steers were about a penny and a half above what we got and not being pre-conditioned, and the heifers were just a couple pennies a pound less than what we had got. I don't know what we can do different. I'm always looking to learn. That's why I'm sticking around here and trying to make a product that is good for our culture, our feeds, and feedstock for our protein for our humans, and then stay in business doing it. There's a lot of people in there that were a lot worse off than us. We were near the high on some of our cattle compared to most people. There were only a few that beat us. They had weaned their calves a little longer. We hadn't weaned ours, but the weaning really didn't make that much difference overall. There was just a couple of herds that were a couple cents better. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at this and see if we can trim down some more. I'm not sure how, or get different sources. I can't blame the stockyard managers or the stockyards themselves. I mean, they're just a middleman bringing in and selling product for us to a buyer that is going to a packer. So the issue, I think, more is with the buyers and what they're held to for what they can get out of from a packer. And we got a big issue with packers, and I think everybody knows that. And there's been some lip service made towards that to straighten some of that stuff out, but it's an election year. Politicians are politicians, and they're going to look you in one eye and tell you, man, we're going to help you out, while they're stabbing you in the back with their other hand and telling you what a good thing they're doing at you. Well, They keep an eye on the problem and saying, you know, it's okay. We're gonna take care of you too. I don't have any answers. I'm on a rant right now. I'm sorry. My guts are in a knot, and we'll reevaluate a little bit, talk about this maybe a little more in depth on one of the podcasts or something with Kaylin here soon. So I hope you guys go out and have a better day.